Have you ever imagined that a single penny could make you a millionaire? Today, we are going to dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on one of the most extraordinary coins in American history, the 1964 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin is not just a simple penny you find in your pocket, it is a historical treasure, a rare collector's item, and an investment worth millions of dollars. Right now, this coin has a current market value of $11 million. That's right, $11 million for a 1-cent coin. But why is it worth so much? How did it become so valuable? And what should collectors look for if they want to own one? Let's explore the story of the 1964 Lincoln penny, from its origins to its incredible rise in value. The story of the Lincoln penny begins over a century ago, in 1909, when the United States decided to honor Abraham Lincoln on a coin for the first time. Prior to this, U.S. coins typically featured allegorical figures, but the Lincoln cent changed everything. Lincoln was a symbol of freedom, leadership, and perseverance, and his image resonated deeply with Americans. Over the decades, the design has evolved slightly, but the essence has remained the same, a tribute to one of the most beloved presidents in American history. By 1964, the Lincoln penny had been in circulation for over 50 years. Millions were produced every year, and it was one of the most common coins in daily transactions. But not all 1964 pennies are equal. The coin we are discussing today, the 1964 Lincoln penny, is part of an ultra-rare group that was produced at the Denver Mint. Coins from this mint are marked with a small d just below the date. What makes this particular coin unique is not just the mint mark, but its condition, rarity, and historical significance. 1964 was a remarkable year in American history. It was the year the Civil Rights Act was signed, marking a new era of social progress in the United States. The economy was strong, and American families were saving coins as part of everyday life. Most pennies from this era circulated widely, experiencing wear, scratches, and eventually ending up in jars, banks, or lost entirely. However, the 1964 Lincoln penny we are talking about today never circulated. It survived in pristine condition, untouched and perfectly preserved for decades. Coins like this are incredibly rare because almost all others from the same year were used and eventually damaged or destroyed. The rarity of this coin is key to its extraordinary value. Only a handful of 1964 Lincoln pennies exist today in mint condition. Numismatists, or professional coin collectors, grade coins using a scale that ranges from poor to perfect mint state. A coin like this would be considered perfect mint state, meaning it shows no signs of wear, maintains its original luster, and has sharp, detailed features. For collectors, the combination of rarity and condition is everything. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it is a piece of history that has survived over 50 years in perfect form. So, what exactly should collectors look for when identifying a 1964 Lincoln penny? First, examine the date and the mint mark. The D for Denver should be clearly visible just below the 1964 date. Next, check the coin's surface. A coin of this caliber will have no scratches, nicks, or signs of wear. The original metallic luster should be intact, giving the coin a brilliant shine. Professional grading services often verify such coins to ensure authenticity, as even a minor imperfection can significantly reduce its value. It's important to understand that the value of $11 million is not arbitrary. This number reflects the coin's scarcity, its historical significance, and its desirability among collectors. The 1964 Lincoln penny is more than currency, it is a financial investment. Rare coins have historically appreciated in value, sometimes outperforming traditional investments like stocks or real estate. Owning a coin like this is like holding a piece of history that also serves as a secure store of wealth. The story of the 1964 penny is also a story of survival. Millions of pennies were minted in 1964, but almost all were circulated and lost. Only a tiny fraction escaped into collections, pattern coin series, or mint archives. That is why coins of this caliber are so coveted. Imagine holding a coin that could have been lost, melted down, or damaged at any point, yet it survived in perfect condition for decades. The odds are incredibly small, making it one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the world. Collectors around the world compete to own coins like the 1964 Lincoln penny. Auctions featuring these ultra-rare coins attract attention from wealthy collectors in the United States, Europe, and Asia. When a coin sells, it often becomes a headline event in the numismatic community. Bidding wars can last for hours, with prices escalating dramatically as serious collectors compete to own a tangible piece of history. This frenzy reflects the coin's status not just as currency, but as a historical treasure. Interestingly, the 1964 Lincoln penny also represents more than money or history. It is a symbol of opportunity. Imagine a coin lying in a drawer or saved in a jar, completely ordinary to most people, yet worth millions to the right collector. That is the magic of rare coins, ordinary objects transformed into extraordinary wealth. Stories abound of people who discovered coins in forgotten collections and suddenly found themselves millionaires. Coins like this capture the imagination because they remind us that wealth can sometimes be hiding in the most unexpected places. Now, let's talk about the details of the coin itself. A perfect 1964 Lincoln penny has crisp details in Lincoln's profile. His hairlines, beard, and the lettering around the coin are sharp and clear. The reverse side features the iconic wheat ears and inscriptions that have been part of Lincoln pennies since 1909. Every detail matters when it comes to grading, and the better the condition, the higher the coin's value. Even tiny imperfections can reduce the worth by millions. This is why handling, storing, and preserving such coins is essential. Collectors often use specialized holders, climate-controlled environments, and insurance to protect these priceless coins. The market for rare coins is fascinating because it combines history, economics, and human psychology. People buy coins not just for investment, but for the joy of ownership. Owning a 1964 Lincoln penny is like holding a tangible connection to history. It is a story you can touch, see, and hold in your hand. For numismatists, it is the ultimate achievement to own a coin of this rarity and value. It's a combination of prestige, financial security, and historical significance all rolled into one. If you think you might have a 1964 Lincoln penny, it's important to have it professionally evaluated. The coin's authenticity, condition, and provenance all determine its value. Mistakes in identification or grading can be costly. Professional coin grading services provide certificates of authenticity and assign a grade that collectors and investors trust worldwide. This process ensures that buyers know exactly what they are getting when investing millions in a single penny. As we look to the future, the 1964 Lincoln penny will likely continue to appreciate in value. Its rarity, historical significance, and pristine condition make it a timeless treasure. Collectors and investors will continue to seek out this coin, making it one of the most sought-after numismatic items in the world. If you ever find yourself holding one, know that you are holding not just a coin, but a piece of history, a story, and an opportunity unlike any other. In conclusion, the 1964 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever produced in the United States. Its current market value of $11 million reflects the perfect combination of rarity, condition, and historical importance. From its origin at the Denver Mint to its survival in pristine condition, this coin has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. It is more than a coin, it is a symbol of history, wealth, and opportunity. So next time you pick up a penny, remember this story. That simple coin in your hand could hold a legacy, a fortune, or a piece of history waiting to be discovered. The 1964 Lincoln penny proves that sometimes, the smallest objects can have the greatest value. Keep your eyes open, treasure your collections, and always remember the incredible story of the penny that could make someone a millionaire. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving deep into one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, the 1968 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin isn't just a piece of copper and zinc. It is a symbol of history, a rare artifact, and a potential life-changing investment. If you happen to have this coin in your collection or come across it at a garage sale, store, or even among your old loose change, you might be looking at a coin worth a staggering $8 million in 2025. That's right, $8 million for a penny. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we have to start with its history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the profile of Lincoln on the obverse, which was revolutionary at the time because he was the first U.S. president to appear on a regular circulating coin. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has gone through many changes, with variations in metal composition, mint marks, and design elements. But the 1968 mint mark penny stands out for reasons that are both historical and extremely rare in the numismatic world. The year 1968 was a period of transition and experimentation for the United States Mint. While the penny's design remained the same, production techniques were improving, and the demand for coins was increasing due to the economic climate and rising population. In 1968, pennies were made primarily of copper, with a small amount of zinc. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, while thousands of pennies were minted in Denver that year, the specific 1968 D Lincoln penny we are discussing is part of a very limited era series that makes it exceptionally rare. Collectors often refer to these coins as ultra-rare or key date pennies because finding one in high-grade condition is almost impossible. So, what makes this coin worth $8 million? Several factors contribute to its astronomical value. First, rarity is everything in the coin collecting world. Only a very few of these 1968 D pennies exist today, and even fewer are in pristine, mint condition. The coin may have a particular die error, a doubling of the mint mark, or an unusual striking characteristic that makes it unique. Second, the coin's condition plays a crucial role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless, perfect coin. A 1968 D Lincoln penny in mint condition, with full luster, sharp details on Lincoln's profile, and a perfectly struck D mint mark, is virtually irreplaceable. Third, historical significance amplifies its value. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that represent a unique moment in history, particularly one connected to one of America's most beloved presidents, Abraham Lincoln. Now, let's take a closer look at the physical characteristics of the 1968 D Lincoln penny. The obverse of the coin features a detailed profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right. You can see the fine lines in his hair, the crisp outline of his beard, and the sharp lettering of Liberty along the left side of the coin. The date 1968 appears prominently on the right, just above the D mint mark. The reverse of the coin, the wheat cent design, displays two stalks of wheat on either side, framing the words 1 cent. The phrase E pluribus unum sits above the denomination, completing this classic American design that has remained largely unchanged for decades. Collectors often scrutinize these pennies with a magnifying glass, looking for subtle variations that can significantly increase the coin's value. One of the most famous variations of the 1968 D Lincoln penny is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice in slightly different positions, causing a doubling effect on the numbers, letters, or design elements. A double die penny can be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on the severity and clarity of the doubling. In the case of the 1968 D mint mark penny, the rarity of the error combined with perfect condition is what drives its value to the incredible $8 million we see today. But rarity and condition aren't the only factors at play. Provenance also matters. Coins that have been previously owned by famous collectors, or coins with a well-documented history of sale, tend to fetch higher prices at auction. For the 1968 D Lincoln penny, a coin with certified grading from a reputable company like PCGS or NGC adds immense credibility and boosts buyer confidence. A certified coin assures collectors that the coin is genuine, its condition has been accurately assessed, and the coin is not a reproduction or counterfeit. This certification can be the difference between selling the coin for a few $1 million versus $8 million. The 1968 D Lincoln penny also represents a fascinating story of scarcity and survival. Over the decades, countless pennies were lost, melted, or circulated so heavily that they became worn and damaged. Only a handful of coins survived in near-perfect condition, and even fewer have been discovered and verified by the numismatic community. Each coin that surfaces today is treated as a treasure, with private collectors, museums, and investors vying for the opportunity to own such a rare piece of American history. Now, let's talk about market trends and why this coin is such a hot investment. Over the past decade, rare coins have seen unprecedented increases in value. The combination of economic uncertainty, inflation, and the appeal of tangible assets has driven collectors and investors to the coin market. Coins like the 1968 Lincoln penny are considered ultra-rare assets that not only preserve wealth but also have the potential for massive returns. In 2025, the current market value of $8 million reflects both the coin's rarity and the growing interest in collectible coins as alternative investments. Unlike stocks or cryptocurrencies, a coin like this has intrinsic historical value and cannot be created or reproduced, making it a truly limited asset. For those who are lucky enough to find a 1968 Lincoln penny in their possession, it is crucial to handle it with care. Never clean the coin, as cleaning can significantly reduce its value. Store it in a protective holder or a coin slab, ideally in a controlled environment to prevent oxidation or damage. Consulting with a professional numismatist before selling or trading the coin is essential to ensure you receive its full market value. Remember, a single penny that most people consider everyday change could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. In conclusion, the 1968 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a coin. It is a rare artifact that encapsulates history, craftsmanship, and incredible financial potential. With a current market value of $8 million, it is one of the most desirable coins in the world for collectors and investors alike. If you happen to come across one, treat it as a priceless treasure, because in the world of numismatics, a coin like this is truly priceless. Its rarity, historical significance, and perfect condition make it a beacon of value in a world where ordinary pennies go unnoticed. From the intricate details of Abraham Lincoln's profile to the subtle variations that make each coin unique, the 1968 Lincoln penny is a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage and the extraordinary opportunities that exist for those who know how to recognize true treasure. Whether you are an experienced collector, an aspiring investor, or just someone fascinated by history, the 1968 Lincoln penny represents the pinnacle of coin collecting. It reminds us that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry incredible stories and astonishing value. As we continue to explore the world of rare coins, keep your eyes open and your collection close, because you never know when an $8 million penny might be hiding in plain sight. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history, rarity, and incredible value. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more fascinating coin stories and investment opportunities. Remember, coins like the 1968 Lincoln penny don't just tell history, they make history. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we are diving deep into one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, a coin so rare and valuable that it can change your life if you happen to own one. I'm talking about the 1972 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin with a fascinating history and a jaw-dropping market value of around $4 million in 2025. In this video, we will explore the history of this penny, how it came to be, why it is so rare, what makes it valuable, and how you can identify one if you are lucky enough to have it in your collection. So stay tuned as we take an in-depth journey into this numismatic masterpiece. Let's start with the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first widely circulated U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking away from the traditional symbolic designs that had dominated American coinage. The penny features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and originally had two different reverse designs, the wheat ears reverse from 1909 to 1958, and the Lincoln Memorial reverse from 1959 onwards. The 1972 penny, which we are focusing on today, features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was introduced in 1959. Now, The 1972 Lincoln penny is not rare by itself. Millions of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, the specific variety we are talking about, the 1972 no-mint mark penny from Philadelphia with a double die error, is what makes this coin incredibly special. The term, no-mint mark, simply refers to coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which, during this time, did not carry the traditional P mint mark. But what makes the 1972 penny exceptional is the double die error on the obverse. A double die error occurs during the coin's production when the die, which stamps the coin, accidentally impresses the design twice, slightly offset. This creates a visible doubling effect, particularly noticeable on the inscriptions like Liberty and the date 1972. On genuine high-grade examples of the 1972 double die penny, the doubling is extremely pronounced and can even be seen with the naked eye. This error is not just a minor mistake, it transforms a common penny into a collector's treasure. Let's talk about how this coin gained such astronomical value. Back in 1972, the double die penny was simply a curiosity to collectors. But as the years went by, coin enthusiasts realized how scarce high-quality examples were. Most pennies with this error had been circulated, lost, or damaged. Today, finding a 1972 no-mint mark double die penny in uncirculated condition is almost impossible. This extreme rarity, combined with the historical significance of the Lincoln cent and the dramatic visual appeal of the doubling, is what drives its value into the millions of dollars. So, how do you identify a genuine 1972 double die penny? First, always examine the inscriptions carefully. Look at the word Liberty, the date 1972, and the motto "I in God we trust." On a genuine double die coin, these letters will appear to be shadowed or doubled, almost as if someone traced over the original design's slightly offset. The effect is most pronounced on the first digits of the date and the left side of the letters in Liberty. If you are unsure, it is always recommended to consult a professional numismatist or a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They have the expertise to authenticate the coin and ensure you are not being tricked by a counterfeit or a low-quality strike. Now, let's dive into the story of some of the highest-selling 1972 double die pennies. In recent years, several have been sold at auctions for over $4 million, making them among the most valuable U.S. coins in existence. One particularly famous example came from a well-preserved collection where the owner had kept the coin in pristine condition since the 1970s. This coin was graded MS67, meaning it was in mint state and nearly flawless. Collectors from around the world were eager to own it, and the bidding war pushed the final price into the multi-million-dollar range. These sales have cemented the 1972 no-mint mark double die Lincoln penny as a legendary numismatic item. But the story doesn't end there. The 1972 penny also offers an exciting lesson about coin collecting as a whole. Many everyday coins in your pocket or stored in jars could contain hidden treasures. While the 1972 double die penny is extremely rare, it reminds collectors that even small coins can have monumental value if you know what to look for. It also demonstrates the importance of proper storage and care. Coins that are kept in protective holders, away from humidity and excessive handling, can retain their value or even appreciate over time. Collectors and historians also appreciate the 1972 penny for its place in the broader context of American coinage. The Lincoln cent has been a constant presence in U.S. currency for over a century, witnessing historic events and changes in American society. Owning a rare variety of this coin is not just about money, it is about owning a piece of history. The double die error adds an element of uniqueness and story to each coin, making it a tangible connection to the minting process and the people who created it. Let's also talk about grading and why it matters. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition, usually on a scale from 1 to 70. The 1972 double die penny can appear in a wide range of grades, from circulated coins that are heavily worn to mint state examples that are nearly perfect. The market value skyrockets for high-grade coins because they are exceptionally rare. Even among double die errors, an MS65 or MS67 grade coin can fetch millions of dollars, whereas a lower grade coin may still be valuable but not nearly as dramatic in its price. This is why collectors always emphasize the importance of grading and certification when dealing with high-value coins. Now, let's discuss why the 1972 no-mint mark penny specifically commands such a high price compared to other coins from the same year. First, the doubling on the obverse was more pronounced on Philadelphia strikes than on coins from Denver or San Francisco, making the no-mint mark variety highly desirable. Second, the number of high-grade examples that survived over the decades is extremely limited. Most coins were circulated, damaged, or lost, which means today only a few dozen coins are known to exist in collectible condition. This extreme scarcity fuels competition among collectors, driving the price to incredible heights. For those of you who are thinking about checking your collection, here's what to do. If you have a 1972 Lincoln penny, examine it carefully under magnification. Look for visible doubling on the date, Liberty, and I in God we trust. If you see these characteristics, it is worth having the coin evaluated by a professional grading service. Even a circulated coin could be valuable if the doubling is noticeable. Never attempt to clean or polish the coin, as this can reduce its value significantly. Remember, in the world of coin collecting, authenticity and preservation are paramount. In conclusion, the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny with the double die error is more than just a coin. It is a rare and valuable artifact, a symbol of American history, and a testament to the meticulous art of coin minting. With a market value of around $4 million, it stands as a reminder that even the smallest pieces of metal can hold unimaginable worth. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, the story of this penny is inspiring and fascinating. It shows us the thrill of discovery, the importance of attention to detail, and the potential for ordinary coins to become extraordinary treasures. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history and value of the 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story about rare and valuable coins. And remember, sometimes the coin in your pocket could be worth more than you ever imagined. Today we are going to explore one of the most extraordinary coins in American numismatic history, the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike because it represents one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever produced. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could potentially be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right. The 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny currently has an estimated market value of $6 million, making it a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Before we dive into the rarity and value of this coin, let's take a journey back in time to understand the historical context of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a profile portrait of Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, while the reverse originally featured 2 stalks of wheat, a design that gave rise to the term wheat penny. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has gone through various design changes, including the switch from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959 and later the Union Shield in 2010, but the 1973 cent maintains the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse design. The 1973 Lincoln cent was minted in large quantities, primarily at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Most of these coins are relatively common, but there exists an incredibly rare variation known as the 1973 no-mint mark penny. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia from 1970 onwards bear no mint mark, but what makes the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny extraordinary is the extremely limited number of specimens that were actually struck with errors, creating a scarcity that is almost unimaginable. Unlike other coins, this one is not just rare because it is old, but because it is a product of a highly unusual and specific minting anomaly. Collectors worldwide are captivated by the story behind this coin. It is believed that only a handful of these pennies exist in perfect, uncirculated condition. This means that every flaw or imperfection dramatically reduces its value, and even minor wear can make a difference of millions of dollars. Numismatists and coin enthusiasts refer to this coin as a Must have for any serious collection due to its unmatched rarity and historical significance. Owning one of these pennies is not just about money, it's about possessing a piece of American history, a tangible connection to the era of Lincoln pennies that has been cherished for over a century. The journey to understanding the value of the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny begins with an examination of its condition. Coin collectors use a grading system to evaluate the quality of a coin, ranging from poor to mint state. The most valuable examples of this penny are those that achieve a perfect mint state grade, which means the coin has no visible wear, sharp details, and full luster as if it had just been struck at the mint. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC play a crucial role in authenticating these coins, providing collectors with confidence that they are investing in a legitimate, high-quality piece. The combination of rarity and perfect condition is what drives the astronomical value of $6 million. But what makes this coin even more intriguing is the story of how it was discovered. The 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was not widely known for decades. It was only after careful inspection and authentication by experienced collectors that its true rarity was revealed. Many of these coins were stored away in rolls or coin albums, hidden from the public eye for years, waiting for a lucky collector to recognize their value. Some were even discovered in circulation, although that is exceedingly rare, as most coins from this period were minted in massive quantities for everyday use. This element of mystery and discovery adds to the allure, making it one of the most exciting coins to search for and study. Investing in a coin like the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not for the faint of heart. With such a high value, potential buyers need to exercise extreme caution to ensure authenticity. Counterfeit coins do exist, and the stakes are enormous. Serious collectors often work with trusted dealers, participate in auctions, and consult with experts before making a purchase. The coin market is complex and dynamic, with values influenced by rarity, condition, historical significance, and even current market trends. For this penny, the combination of these factors has resulted in its staggering $6 million valuation, positioning it as one of the crown jewels of numismatic collections worldwide. The 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny also serves as a reminder of the fascinating history of coin production in the United States. Every coin tells a story about the era in which it was minted, the technology used in the minting process, and the cultural significance of currency in society. This penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary object, like a 1-cent coin, can become extraordinarily valuable when circumstances align perfectly. It challenges our perception of money, scarcity, and historical importance, and inspires collectors to look more closely at the coins they may encounter in their everyday lives. Collectors and historians alike often marvel at the level of detail in the design of the Lincoln cent. The portrait of Lincoln is instantly recognizable, the lettering crisp and clear, and the reverse features a striking depiction of the Lincoln Memorial. For the 1973 no-mint mark penny, these details are preserved in impeccable quality, allowing modern collectors to appreciate the craftsmanship of the early 1970s minting process. Beyond its monetary value, this coin represents a piece of American artistry and ingenuity that has survived decades of circulation and storage, emerging as a rare treasure for contemporary audiences. The coin's current market value of $6 million is not static. It can fluctuate based on demand, interest from collectors, and the overall economic climate. Rare coins like this often see their values rise significantly during periods of high demand or when featured in high-profile auctions. It is not uncommon for the penny to make headlines in numismatic circles, attracting attention from investors, historians, and enthusiasts alike. Owning one is both a privilege and a responsibility, as it ensures the preservation of a piece of history for future generations. The fascination with the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny extends beyond numismatics into popular culture. Stories about coins fetching millions of dollars, especially those as iconic as Lincoln cents, capture the imagination of the general public. These tales are often shared in documentaries, magazines, and online platforms, inspiring new collectors and creating a ripple effect that keeps interest in rare coins alive. The idea that a small, everyday object could hold unimaginable value is both thrilling and motivating, encouraging people to examine their own coin collections carefully. In addition to its value, the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has educational significance. It teaches us about minting errors, production anomalies, and the impact of scarcity on monetary worth. It also highlights the importance of preserving coins in excellent condition, as even minor damage can reduce a coin's value dramatically. Aspiring collectors can learn from this penny about patience, research, and the meticulous attention to detail required to succeed in the world of numismatics. Some collectors have gone to great lengths to acquire this penny, participating in multi-million-dollar auctions and private sales. These transactions often involve careful negotiation, legal agreements, and verification from top experts in the field. The excitement surrounding these sales adds to the mystique of the coin, turning each transaction into an event that is closely followed by collectors and enthusiasts worldwide. Finally, the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a symbol of hope and opportunity. It reminds us that even in objects we consider ordinary, there may lie extraordinary value. For those who are lucky enough to discover one, it represents not just a significant financial asset, but also a deep connection to the history of the United States, the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and the art of coinage. It is a coin that transcends its face value and becomes a testament to history, rarity, and the enduring allure of collecting. In conclusion, the 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a coin. It is a rare artifact, a valuable investment, and a piece of American history that has fascinated collectors for decades.